Hey, my name is Rowan Smith and I want to welcome you to the Training for Trekking podcast. Now, this is the world's very first podcast which is entirely dedicated to helping you train, prepare and conquer your upcoming hike, trek or mountain adventure. So once a week, I'm going to be giving you quality and practical information on the subjects of physical preparation for trekking, dealing with altitude and nutrition on the trail, so you can know everything you need to be doing to have the best chance of a safe, enjoyable and successful adventure. So now you know what you're in for. Let's get into today's episode. Alright, hello guys. Today we are talking about how to prevent an ankle sprain when hiking. Now, ankle sprains are a massive issue in the hiking community, and it is something so many hikers struggle with and so many hikers just deal with as part of their average trail time. Now, ankle sprains or rolling your ankles or ankle strains or however you want to call it, they're bad enough in day-to-day life, and they are a super common issue and a super common injury that many people struggle with in day-to-day life. But when you're a hiker and you throw in rough and unstable terrain, you throw in heavy packs, you throw in long days on your feet and a whole range of other factors that we have to deal with on the trail, it is no wonder that so many hikers really do struggle with recurring ankle sprains. Now, it might be a case of one of those just small things where you go over in your ankle and you get a little bit of soreness or a little bit of swelling. It might be major sprains where you really hurt yourself. But a lot of hikers I know struggle with this, and it is one of the most common injury issues I hear from hikers. And when it comes down to it, ankle sprains are genuinely tricky. And amongst all the lower body injuries they are the most common re-injury that people suffer from. So from someone who's done this in the past, this is the single most common issue for it to happen again and potentially again and potentially again. Because it is rare that you really only sprain your ankle once. And it will, for a lot of people, they find it happening again and again and again over the years, over the months and so forth. And it can be a real issue. Now, one of the reasons for this, and one of the reasons it's such an issue, is within the first 12 months of any type of ankle sprain, or significant ankle sprain, I should say, most people are at a really dramatically increased risk of doing it again, regardless of you may have given yourself rest for a week or two, you may have iced it and done whatever, maybe feeling good. But even if you are feeling good, a lot of people, or most people, are at a much higher risk of doing it again. And some people I've read in some places, it's even doubled the risk of doing it again within the next 12 months. And if you are in this situation where you have sprained your ankle multiple times, maybe you did it once and then you did it again, and then 12 months later you did it again and then again, or whatever it may be, this can lead to something which is called chronic ankle instability, which isn't much fun, and it's something that I know a lot of hikers do struggle with, even if they're not aware of what this is actually called. Now, chronic ankle instability caused from you recurrently spraining your ankles and damaging or hurting or affecting the structures around your ankle, it can lead to a few issues. Number one, it can lead to long-term pain. So it might be a case of if you're getting ankle pain from your hiking, from your day-to-day, it might be partially caused from this chronic ankle instability, and that may be a contributing factor. It can sometimes lead into range of motion restriction. As a defensive mechanism, sometimes the range of motion will just get super restricted, so the ankle locks up, and that's a way of the body trying to protect itself, but it might not be super comfortable. It can lead to swelling, so whether it's swelling from rolling your ankle on the trail, doing little things, or just random swelling just popping up. And it can lead to feelings of instability. So just that feeling of, your ankle's just going to give out on you. It might not, but you feel it and the body's telling you something there. Now, I wouldn't be surprised as me listing that out. A few of you listening to this may be just nodding your head right now and thinking, you know what, this is me. There's actually something that I'm aware of I deal with, something I might have been dealing with for a while. And if you're in that situation, you're not alone. Because there's so many hikers out there which struggle with this, and it's absolutely fair enough that it is a regular issue. But let me tell you right now, even if this is something you have been dealing with for a long time, It's something maybe you've been dealing with for months or for years, or it's just part of your hiking. You've just accepted it. There is still hope. And by doing the right things in your training, in your preparation, your day-to-day life, and all of that, you can make a huge, huge, huge difference at reducing the risk of doing these ankle sprains again and again, of recurring ankle sprains, and also reducing the risk of pain on the trail. Now, to be clear, when I say that, it's never possible to 100% prevent this issue. And we're never going to say, okay, if you do these things, it's never going to happen to you, because that's just not simply possible. But we can definitely, if you do the right things, you can significantly reduce the risk, I should say, not increase it. That'll be a worry. You can significantly reduce the risk. Now, if you've been listening to this episode, you've been nodding your head, you're like, you know what, this sounds a little bit like me. And you know what, I am a little bit sick of this. And you know what, I want to know what these things are to reduce this risk and stop this bothering me on the trail and stop this in the back of my head, stop this holding me back on my adventures. If that's you and this sounds like something you need, I do have something for you. Now, next month, I am finally releasing my Mountain Strong Ankle program. Now, the reason I say finally is this program has been listed on my website as coming soon in quotation marks for a good year and a half. And it's been sitting there. People have been asking about it. I've been slowly working on it, but it's been pushed to the side. But it is now finally completed and finally here. Now, this program is a little bit different than my usual programs. So instead of the usual 3 to 4 month program, which I typically offer, this has been created as a 28-day challenge. Now, inside, I'm going to be sharing with you the training, the education, and the support you need to make a significant change to your ankles on the trail. Now, this is short, it's sharp, and it's sweet, but I'm really confident that it's going to be incredibly effective for many hikers out there who do struggle with their ankles. And specifically for hikers who do feel, they have these recurring sprains, or they do deal with the pain on the trail and do feel any of those issues that I mentioned earlier. Now, if this does sound like you, if you're like, you know what, Rowan, I want to learn a little bit more. This sounds like something I might be interested in. I would absolutely love to hear from you. What I'd like you to do is to shoot me an email with the words, just tell me more, to rowan@summitstrength.com.au, or you can reach me through my website at summitstrength.com.au, and we can go from there. We can hop on the phone, I can talk you through how it all works, and we can see if and how it may be right for you. Because when it comes down to it, you do not have to live with your ankles holding you back on the trail. And I really want to show you how. So if this is for you, shoot me an email, shoot me a message, and we'll take it from there. So thank you very much for listening today, guys. I really do hope you've enjoyed a little bit of insight into this, a little bit of a teaser here, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.